What is up, Trust Troop? It is Trust to Impress, and I am Biggity B-A-C-K back with another video. Before we get into today's video, I would like to thank my friends over at March Power for sending me this cooling comforter to try out. This is a queen size comforter with cooling technology. I'm going to go ahead and get this comforter unboxed and let you guys know a little bit about my experience with this product. And then if you are interested in ordering and trying the product for yourself, I'll make sure that the link is down in the description box below with my discount code so that you can get 10% off when you order this product. Stay tuned. I am currently loving using my March Power gray queen size comforter as a throw. So I keep it in my living room, and whenever I'm chilling on my sofa, watching TV, or I have some downtime to read, I like to take it out and snuggle up. It feels very smooth and silky on the skin, and to be honest with you guys, I cannot snuggle up underneath this blanket without taking a nap. I love cuddling up underneath a blanket or a throw whenever I'm watching TV or I have some downtime to read. However, I hate that hot, sweaty feeling that you get, and I love the fact that this comforter does not give me that feeling at all. It's very lightweight, but it still gives you that warm, snuggly feeling. I never sweat when I fall asleep underneath it, so it's perfect for my daughter to cuddle under with me as well. I want to show you guys how the gray color option is light gray on one side and darker gray on the opposite side, because remember, it is to be used as a comforter traditionally. This is a great gift to yourself or any hot sleepers you know. Thank you guys for staying with me. Now, let's get into this roller set tutorial. Honestly, one of the main focuses of this wet roller set tutorial video is to give you guys an update on my heat damage recovery / postpartum hair loss recovery journey. So look at my curls. The curls are popping, you guys. The curls are popping. You know, my hair was absolutely straight on the ends. This is how my hair looks with no product. Absolutely amazing. So I went ahead and sectioned my hair off in the sections that I always section. And you can see that the ends are a little bit more stretched now, but that's just because I spent some time clipping my hair into all of my roller sections so that I could kind of speed this process along on camera and make it happen a little bit faster. So the hair did start to dry just a little bit, but that is okay because I dampen my hair and add my setting product along the way. Also, I am prepping my hair for braids. So with that being said, I did oil my scalp. I find that it's a lot better on my scalp personally if I oil it while my hair is wet before the drying process, rather than waiting until my hair and my scalp is completely dry. It's kind of that same concept of lotioning your skin right after you've cleaned it while it's still naturally moisturized by the water. Same thing here. So you are going to see me applying oil to my scalp on each section. I decided to go with the larger gray rollers. I think these rollers are 2-inch diameter. So they are larger than the purple rollers that you guys have seen me use. And this is the roller size that I use when I'm just simply trying to stretch my curls and get my hair dry as quickly as possible. I had to shampoo and deep condition my hair, so essentially I'm using this route rather than choosing to hand blow dry my hair, which tends to cause me just as much heat damage as using my flat irons. Y'all, look at this front section of my hair. So you can clearly see my line of demarcation between the hair that I have freshly grown with using my roller sets versus the hair that I was blow drying and flat ironing the curls out of. And for all the naysayers who are saying that using the roller sets and still sitting under the hooded dryer is damaging my hair, the proof is in the video, y'all. My hair is clearly super healthy and my curls are getting more and more healthy as I continue these roller sets. Now, with that being said, if you pay attention during my videos, I am not using my hooded dryer on the highest heat setting. I am using it on a medium setting, which does not heat up my scalp at all. So I'm not sitting under a hair dryer, roasting in the oven, scorching hot, like we used to do back in the day when we had those relaxers and we had these roller sets done. No, ma'am, I am very comfortable underneath my hooded dryer on the setting of heat that I use. And now I'm getting into the section of my hair where my texture is just completely different. So y'all tap in down in the comments below if the crown section of your hair is a completely different texture from the rest of your head. So I saw this video that was posted on Instagram recently where the stylist was a curly hair stylist specialist. I'm not sure what he calls himself, but he was obviously a licensed professional and he was styling curly hair and he was giving a lot of tips and tricks on what he was actually doing in the video, and the curls were bomb, y'all. They were so beautiful. I wish I could share out the video with you guys. I think I actually shared it on my story at the time. So if you're not following me on Instagram, then please make sure that you give @Tress2Impress a follow on Instagram. But back to what he was saying, he was talking about how he was layering more product in the crown section of this young lady's head. And I was just thinking, okay, it's not just me. I have a completely different texture in the crown section of my head. And you guys are always telling me that I have type 3 hair and I have no type 4 hair. However, this section of my head is definitely type 4 hair. And I think that you guys, or some of you guys, don't really classify it as type 4B or type 4C hair because my hair is not super dense. My hair is rather thin even in its healthiest state. However, your curl pattern type and density are two completely separate things. So like this particular section that I'm starting on, what hair type would you classify that as? Let's take a closer look. Like what? That's not a 3 type hair to me. And if that's type 3 hair to you, then we are just going to have to agree to disagree on this topic, honey, because it's given 4. It's given 4B to 4C hair. And I'm still able to manipulate it onto this roller and get it to blend with the rest of the sections of my head. Now, would I be able to do that so easily if my hair was, say, twice the density or 3 times the density that it is? I don't know because I don't have that on my head. However, I do think that it's very important to realize that hair type, curl pattern, and density are different things. Now, Tress2Impress is not in the business of spreading misinformation. So if I have that incorrect, then please let me know down in the comments below so that I can correct myself, honey. Now, you can see in this section as I'm getting to the back of my head, my rollers kind of started to stack a little bit because I make the section smaller where my hair is curlier. So I had to go back and add in some smaller rollers so that my hair could be rolled all the way down to my scalp. Now, there are some magnetic rollers that would dry even faster than these because they're even larger. However, I don't use those because the gray 2-inch is the largest diameter that will fit under my hooded dryer after I roll my entire head, and the gray barely fits. Also, you guys can see that I am not using the snap-on covers like I did in my previous roller set video. Y'all, I absolutely love these snap-on covers, but I have yet to be able to locate them in the 2-inch size that I'm using on my head right now. So I'm still on the lookout for those. Also, since I'll be getting braids in a couple of days anyway, I'm not super concerned about having like a silky smooth result on this. I really just want my hair to be stretched and not have to use that hand blow dryer. Also, if you are interested in more detailed information on how I do my parting sections and how I prep my hair for this process, then I do have videos that go into depth on those topics, and I will make sure that they are linked down in the description box below. Once again, you just go down below this video, and where you see the title, you'll click more to expand, and you will see the description box appear, and I will have all of the links that you will need down there. Product links will be there as well if I did not mention that earlier in the video, and that includes the hooded dryer that I use. I've had so many questions about the hooded dryer, so you can order the exact same brand and model that I use, along with the rollers, the setting product, all of the things. I have a roller set essential idea list already set up for you on Amazon, so all of the work is done for you. All you have to do is add to your cart and purchase. Also, as you probably could tell by the title, I have a little bit of a surprise for you guys, so make sure you stay tuned. I am actually going to be sharing with you guys what this hairstyle comes out like if you do not fully dry the hair. A lot of people have been expressing to me that they cannot wear this roller set style on their naturally curly hair because the hair will frizz up immediately before they can get out of the door, or they live in a humid climate. I live in Alabama myself, so it is very humid here. It stays 60+% humidity. A lot of that has to do with not drying the hair completely. It has less to do with your curl pattern or your density or the humidity in your climate. It's not always easy to tell when your hair is completely dry, especially if you take your rollers down while your hair is still warm. So I'm going to give you some tips on how to know if your hair is completely dry before you take down your roller set completely and move on to the next step. So tip number 1, I first make sure that my hair is cooled completely before I check any roller to see if my hair is dry. The reason I do that is because if the hair is still warm, sometimes it will feel dry even if it's not really dry. So make sure the hair is completely cooled. Tip number 2, my test roller is going to be a roller where my hair is the most dense, or an area that I think may not have been completely underneath the dryer. Tip number 3, I slowly unroll that roller while I'm squeezing the roots of my hair to check for any dampness. The reason I do that is because if I do feel any dampness, it's easy for me to roll the roller back up and secure it because I have not released the ends of the hair. Once you release the ends of the hair and it's still wet, it's very difficult to make that hair dry straight. Tip number 4, I check the roller for any wet spots. Yes, if the hair is not dry, you can actually see the wet streaks on the roller. Now, that's not always the case. Just because the roller is dry does not mean that there is not still some dampness in the hair. So the next tip, tip number 5, is probably one of the most important ones to pay attention to. The hair could feel dry, the roller could be dry, and then your hair could still have some dampness. So for tip number 5, once I let the curl fall, I check for the curl pattern. If there is any inconsistency in the curl pattern, like for example where it droops at a certain spot, or when I pull it down it doesn't spring back up in a perfect spiral curl, that is an alert, a red flag. This hair is still damp, and I would roll it back up no matter how dry it feels and get back up under that hair dryer, or allow my hair to air dry for longer. And now you can see we have a guest appearance by my paid actor family. I am not sure why management booked them for this particular video in which they were not needed, but here we are. So you get what you get. I hope that you guys enjoyed the tips, or at least found them useful. I'm going to let you guys enjoy the video, and I will be back when it's time to take the rollers out. I'm back and it's time to take these rollers down. So roller number 1 is coming down and I immediately knew the hair was not dry. Do y'all see how that curl is dropped? The pattern is inconsistent halfway down the hair. That is that red flag that I was telling you guys about earlier, that the hair is not dry. Now, normally I would have rolled that first roller back up and I would have gotten back under the hooded dryer for about 30 more minutes, or I would have let my hair air dry for a couple more hours, just depending on what type of time I was working with. However, I just kind of skipped that step and I kept going with the flow because number 1, I wanted to see what was going to happen if I did not fully dry my hair. And then also, remember I told you guys earlier in the video that I am prepping my hair for braids anyway, so I was not super concerned about this roller set style lasting for 2 to 3 weeks anyway. But this is a perfect opportunity for you guys to see on my hair what the product would be looking like if I did not fully dry my hair. So in the beginning stages, it's all good, just like you guys have been saying it would be for your hair down in the comments. But you just wait. You just wait. You just wait and see, honey. Because instead of going uphill from here like it normally would if my hair was completely dry, it is going to go downhill from here. Yes, ma'am. Yes, it is. And you can see that it's even a little bit more difficult for me to comb and brush through the hair with it being a little bit damp. So I did proceed to go ahead and wrap the hair and do all of my little steps. If you are interested in seeing the steps that I would normally do after wrapping my hair at this point, then check out the links down below because I actually do not have those steps on camera for this particular video. And boom, this is what the hair looked like later on that day when I unwrapped it. And it's pretty much a mess. Like, if you've seen how my hair normally comes out, you know this is not giving what it's supposed to give. However, it's not completely horrible because I could still part it down the middle and give a little ponytail, as you can see. And this is what the hair looked like by day 2, which if you have kept up with my journey where I showed you guys 14 consecutive days of my roller set, then you know that none of my days looked this frizzy or this curly, even after rain and humidity. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share out this video. If you are interested in trying out the cooling comforter that I showed you guys earlier in the video, the link will be down in the description box below. Make sure you use my code that is listed below as well for 10% off of your purchase.